Hey, good morning. I'm going to test my audio really quick. Stand by. There's quite a bit of lag right here. All right, looks like we have audio. So, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday morning. And I think, judging by the title and you guys clicking in, good morning, OI3. We're going to be building the Tamiya M-07R kit today. So, if I sound a little bit weird, I have, just allergies. Nothing too bad. So, just going to wait just a couple minutes. And let's talk about this chassis real quick. So this is a M chassis. The available wheelbases are 225 millimeters and 239. And it is front wheel drive. There's only one diff. It's going to be interesting. I have the body already painted and all the decals are on already, and I'll do a reveal tomorrow. After I finish the whole thing and I put the body on, you guys get to see what body I picked for this chassis. And the chassis I did pick, which is pretty much the first step of the kit, is 239 millimeters. You have to decide which one you're going to be building because some steps are a little bit different. So for me, I'm going to be building the 239, and that means there are some steps a little bit later on. I believe it's like, so from here 29 to 36. So from here to 36, I'm going to skip. So when I get to 28, after 28, I'm going to skip to 37. Something to look out for. Where are you watching from, OI3? OI3? So let's get started on step one. It's 8 a.m. here, so I'm still kind of getting my bearings. Hopefully the pace will speed up a little bit as we go. This is diff oil. We'll set that aside. I think what we need is in here. And that's for the diff. Set that aside for now. So we're going to start by putting these MA5 ball connectors onto, looks like it's going to be these two holes right there. And the kit does come with a box wrench, but I'm going to be using, came with my tool set. And this is a great set for Tamiya RC cars. All right, so let's get started. Really straightforward. And this kit is hex screws. That's why I have my ProTek drivers out, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of blue aluminum parts on this R kit. Madeira Island. Okay, I'm gonna plead ignorance, and I know I'm American, but I do know, I don't want to say a lot of geography, but I think I do know kind of where everything is, but I've never really paid attention enough to know where Madeira Island is, so I'm going to look it up. And where is this? Portuguese. All right. Atlantic. Okay. Very cool. Wow. Thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. Try to find this screw. I want to make sure I find the right one. It's a button head screw, and it's supposed to be 6mm. I don't want to use the wrong screw and then have to take the kit apart later. I've done that several times in the last few streams. I think it's going to be this one, but I'm just going to double check. They don't look close, kind of side by side, but I think they are pretty darn close. Yeah, this is 6, so this is the right one. This is the right one. Hard for me to measure here, but yeah, that's the 6th one. So it's this one. So let me grab another one, if I can find one. I think it's this one. All right. You do have to be careful building these kits. That's not even a Tamiya thing. I think that's just across the board. No, this is the right one. I think that's just across the board. Any kit, you really have to pay attention. So the bottom of this is hex shaped, and this is also hex shaped. So we're just gonna make sure that's in there. 2, I have some. My uncle lives in my city. Nice. Millimeter counters like mine. Okay. It's this right here. The materials are different from say a TTO2 or any other kits I've built. The last few kits I built, M-05, things like that. So I think this is kind of the second tier. This is not the entry level stuff. This is I think more of a racing, what's the word, pedigree of Tamiya RC cars. So it's a little bit up higher in price. It's not that bad. It was $225, $235. So it wasn't terribly bad for a race car. I think this is going to be quite a bit of fun. I like mine. Metal and carbon fiber. Have you checked? I have, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. If you're talking about, there's a couple, like on eBay, Amazon, you can find TTO2 clones that are made of carbon fiber and just blue aluminum everywhere. I think I have a couple videos on those. If that's what you're talking about, yes, I have seen those. I don't have anything to put the diff in for now, but I'll just hold it. I think it'll be okay. It's a little bit early to be building diffs, but we'll just give it a go. And I say that because I have to thread that pin through the outdrive. Oh, the joint cup is what they call it. All right, yeah, I'll just dump it out here. Which one do you like more, the carbon fiber or the aluminum one? Everybody likes the aluminum one because it's blue. It looks cool. It's pretty neat. Is this the right O-ring? I guess it is. Since this is a actual race car that I might actually use and keep for the long term, I am going to do as much of the performance maintenance as I can, and remember to do. So, whoops, I'll drop the calipers. So this is going to be a 2-day stream. It's 8:13 in the morning right now. I have a hard stop for lunch at 11. Seriously, this looks quite big. I have a hard stop for lunch at 11:30, so we do have to watch our time. And I don't think we're going to finish this today. I anticipate we're going to stop around, I think the dampers, either before or right after the dampers are done today. If I don't run into any issues. So that's what I'm anticipating. And drop that shim in there, and then we're going to put the differential joint. And make sure that goes all the way down. Okay. Just going to clean that up real quick so I can see. So there is a hole right there. And we need to drive this tiny pin through that hole to lock that joint in place. So let's see if I can do it. I probably should put on some magnification, which I'm going to be doing. I am getting old, and my eyes isn't what it used to be. So let's see if I can do it. Hold on. I need to be able to see the hole first. There it is. That is actually pretty straightforward. All right. Just like that. And a pair of tweezers help. And then let's go ahead and do this side, so that once we put the oil in there, we can let's go ahead and close it up. If I was building more than one, I would bring out the the stand, but we're only building one today. So let's grab the other side, and it's going to be the same process. This is the one-up, pretty much everything you need to build an RC car, for racing at least. So it's got the O-ring oil, it's got bearing oil in here, and a couple other ones. I'll open that up. I'll try to leave all the links to everything I use today. I like it because it's on one place. You know, I used to use Team Associated Green Slime, and then I had like this other bearing oil, and it just, you know, I have to look for it. And this is small enough, it just stays on my desk, and I pretty much have everything I need. I just use my finger for that one. All right. I hate shims. That's the problem with not having fingernails. Thanks everybody who was watching this morning. Thanks for joining me. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Tell me where you're watching from. I always want to know. Oh, and everybody help me, do me a huge favor, and make sure you hit that like button so that YouTube knows you're enjoying the stream, and then I'll recommend to more people, and then we can grow this kit building community to even share with even more people. I appreciate it. So make sure you hit that like button. All right. Maybe I should just bring up the block here. I really don't want to drop it. Said I was going to take this out if there was two of them, but I just want to make sure I work on a steady base and not have to worry about holding it. So we will use this. I don't know what weight this oil is. They hardly ever say, and to me it's pretty mysterious about the stuff they give you. Like the damper oils are like high, low, medium. You know, it's hard to say what the weight is. So if I was building a more serious race car, I would probably use my own diff oil. But we'll just start with this. All right, so we're not ready for this quite yet. We need to grab those planetary gears. It's going to be this. It is already getting warm in here. I think, do I need, oh, I need both, okay. And I am starting to sweat. I got 2 big LED lights, and they're getting warm. And even the camera gets warm. So I'm already starting to sweat. That's not good. Okay, there's a little note here to trim off all the excess. I don't know if you can see that or not. See that little burr right there? We need to trim those off. Make sure the gear is smooth. Same with these. Has anybody built any RC cars lately? Anything from Tamiya or any other brand, doesn't matter. RC car is an RC car. A kit is a kit. I like building pretty much anything. If you know what this is, then you know I have another hobby. A dormant hobby. I haven't been doing that in a while. Alrighty. Okay. Ready to go. Actually, I can still feel something here. Alrighty. So I need to drop this one in here before I forget. Alright, and then one onto here as well. Alright. And then we need to put this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to drop this in here. Alright, it's going to look like that. I kind of like this contrast. I like this kind of clear, kind of translucent whitish gears. And then we're going to pour differential oil here. They're pretty vague. It says fill with level of GV3. GV3 is the star shaft, the little cross thing. And if you look carefully, it looks like that is submerged. The dark gray, I don't want to lift up the manual, but it shows here the dark gray covers the star shaft. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour it all the way up to that level. Okay, could this be any worse? I would not want to use this. This is pretty thick oil. I'm just gonna guess this is like 100,000 maybe. This is the worst spout for this. God, is gonna take forever. It's pretty thick oil. See, oh my goodness. Oh, it's gonna get everywhere. See, if I had a better spout, then I can kind of pour it into the areas here, and I don't have to wait for it to trickle down. But I guess that's what we're going to have to do. We're just going to have to wait for it. So I think that's going to... this is... could not give us a better bottle. Something with a spout, at least. Anything? Just gonna turn this, and I think I have enough, but I need to make sure it penetrates to the ends there, but there's no way for me to pour it kind of directly in there, so I kind of have to I just have to encourage it. So I put a drop right there, and hopefully it falls in there. Good morning, everybody who's joining us. Appreciate you. We're building the Tamiya M-07R this morning. And I'm right at step 2, where we're putting together the front differential, which is the only differential. Okay, I tried my best. I'm just gonna move on. I might have to rebuild this later anyway, so we'll just move on. Can't forget the gasket, which I have done before. Just line up the holes. Like that, and then close it up. Close it up. Whoa. And then we're going to use these tiny screws. How many are there? 4 screws. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are also hex, and they are 1.5. Whoops. I think they are 1.5. Let's see. We're going to go a cross pattern. Tighten this. All right, and then we're done. And now we're going to put a bearing on each side. I'm going to guess it's these ones. One here and one on this side. Let's use my fingers. There you go. So that I'm not slowing myself down even more. I'll just remember to do this right now. This is bearing oil. So let me just put a drop in there. All right, good. And I'll try to remember to do that for all the bearings throughout the kit. Okay, I should move these mouse. I click something, the stream will end. I should really take them a little bit farther. All right, so next we're going to be working on the spur gear. Looks like the motor mount, which we have right here. So let's start right there first. MA13, that looks like it's going to be that right there. And MA3, it's a flathead screw. Apply the low thread lock. Okay, let's see if I have any thread lock available. Close by. Let me just take a quick peek. I do not hear. I would have to run to the garage and I don't want to do that, and I don't see it here. Huh. They usually provide it. I'm kind of surprised. Anyway, I think we'll be fine for now. We'll just keep moving forward. No point taking a break just to grab some thread lock. So it's like this. So I think we're going to be putting it through this hole. So make sure the countersunk side is where the screw goes. And the flush side is where the shaft is. Yeah, center shaft. Tamiya names things differently, so you're gonna have to read what they call it, and then sometimes you have to guess what they're trying to call it. All right. think that's going to be plenty tight. Now we're going to slap on a bearing on one side. And this gear is the spur gear. And it's going to be this right here. Alright, here we go. And we're going to put the bearing, I'm going to guess it's this one, MA8. These two look very similar, but I don't think they're exactly the same. I think it's going to be this one. I think that's a smaller inner diameter. I'm going to have to, well, I have no idea to check. It doesn't say what the bearing size is. Even if I measured it, there's no way for me to check. I guess we can try to put it in here, and then we'll see. It feels pretty solid, so I'm pretty confident that this is the correct bearing. Let me just put this one on, see if it'll go through. Yeah, so this one doesn't even go through, so we know that's the correct. This is the correct bearing. So put that in there, and then we need to find this B3. This B3 right there, which is a very interesting plastic piece. It should be this ring. Yeah. Just a random piece of plastic here in the gearbox. So we slip that on there. And then what are we doing? We're going to screw this onto the chassis. So let's clean up a little bit. Let's find those two screws first, MA3. So these are going to be these big ones. I think there's only two flathead screws left, so it should be those two. Alrighty. And looks like it's going to be this end right here. We're going to be, what is that, picking it up? There's two holes right there. And we're going to line this up to these two holes, and this is going to go through that slot right there. So let's see if we can do this without it falling off. Okay, should seat like that. Then we'll come back here and put the screws through there. I do have this standing by. To speed things up a little bit. But like I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, I'm not in a race to finish this kit today. I'm going to stream for about 3.5 hours today, And then wherever we finish, we'll pick up tomorrow afternoon. So make sure that's free. So tomorrow afternoon, probably about 1 p.m. Pacific time, we'll finish up the kit and we'll do a body reveal. The Tamiya M chassis body that I chose, and I will grease that in a little bit after we get ready to close the gearbox. So we need to put, I read the manual like pretty thoroughly yesterday, and I would have missed this if I didn't. You're supposed to put these sponge tape around this area. I've never done that before in a Tamiya kit, or any kit for that matter. So that's interesting. So we only have 2 bearings left, so it's pretty straightforward which ones they are. Just put this through here. Okay, everything looks good. Let me grab this B4. This right here. And it's gonna slip on like that. So when you're done, 2 bearings and this. And let me just put some bearing oil. All right. So how does this go? So this is going to drop in, I'm guessing right here. Right here, like that. And then the diff we built earlier with the screw holes, with the screws on this side, we're going to drop it in here like that. And everything should spin smoothly. But before we do that, I do need to put that very interesting foam tape, set those aside, onto this aluminum thing. I wish they would have done it in the previous step. I'm going to guess it's going to be this right here. Which foam tape are we talking about? Sponge sheet. Which one is the sponge sheet? Okay, this is double-sided tape. This is sponge, I think. This is more like a rubber pad for the battery compartment. So I'm guessing they mean this. I could be wrong. I'm just going to look up. I have the TTO2 manual here on the computer. I'm just going to look what they call it. In that infamous spot where the servo goes, they put a piece of foam there. Let's see what they call it. Sponge tape. Okay, so I know this is the correct stuff. Alrighty. So let's just start right here. This piece. This is very strange. Besides the TTO2, I don't remember ever doing this. Is that 1, 2, 3? Okay. And I would have missed this today if I didn't read the manual last night before we started. I would have missed this. for sure. I think the likelihood of this falling off and gumming up the gearbox is pretty high. What do you think? I don't know how I feel about this. This is pretty sketchy. To throw foam tape inside a gearbox. This does feel like it's just bad engineering. But what do I know? I just build the kits. I don't know anything about engineering. All right, and then one right there on this side, looks like. Did I do this properly? Ah, I did not. Okay, this piece is correct. This piece is wrong. So it's right here instead. Okay. This piece is correct. I wonder what it's sealing from, though. Wonder what gap it's trying to close. And what its purpose is. I mean, probably dirt from getting into the gearbox, but isn't there a better way to do this? Than foam tape? This is above average difficult, if you ask me. Whew. Okay. All right, I did my best. I did my best here. All right, so it should look like that, I think. A little bit bizarre, but I think that should do. Okay, let's put those gears back on. We'll grease everything up and then we'll close up shop here. All right, so I have my synthetic grease. I think what they want you to use is this right here. I noticed in the unboxing video, this is actually a Molly. Pretty interesting. I'm just going to stick with my silicone for now. There we go. I think that's going to be adequate. Let me just take out this little bit extra. Let's find this cover. K8. This giant piece right here. Hey chat, don't be shy if you want to say hi. You know, tell us where you're watching from, what kit you're building, or what got you guys interested in watching the stream. And thank you for watching, first of all. Appreciate you guys joining us, joining me on a Saturday morning. Tamiya fitment is usually top notch, so never have to force anything in there. So there we go. Nice. I just noticed this little one here. What is this? Engage your audience. Answer viewer questions live. Okay, we'll just try that. Let's see. I don't want to say ask me anything. You never know what people are going to ask. Okay, so let's see. MA1. Nobody has any questions for me? How about this? If you're watching the stream, hit the like button. Just to help me out. And subscribe if you want to subscribe. Welcome that as well. I appreciate it. I try to build a RC car kit at least once a month. And I'm actually trying to build a kit back to back, meaning I take the footage from the stream and I make shorts with it to build the kit from start to finish. I think maybe that's where you found me from. And right after that ends, whatever, how many steps it is, 18, 24, whatever it is. After the shorts are done, then I want to do an unboxing video and then start the next kit on stream. I can only stream on the weekends. So, if you voted, this M-07R was picked by the community from a bracket style elimination, and the runner-up was the Manta Ray. And I actually might build that after this. Just to keep it going. So I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4. I almost missed those screws. 1, 2. Let's see. All right, here we go. We're about an hour into the stream. And we're at step 4, I believe. So it looks like we're making good pace. I have built these before. I know they're a little bit tricky, so that might slow us down a bit. But we'll keep going. I will take a quick break after we finish this part right here. Breaks usually only 2-3 minutes, 5 at the very most. I have to address the air conditioning situation because I am sweating. Again, there's lights right above me and it's quite warm. So we need to find this aluminum glass tape. Did we see any aluminum glass tape? I have no idea what they're talking about. What the heck are they talking about? Is it not included? I have something, but I don't have it right now. I have to find it. And this is in this bag right here. I have extra. I just don't know where it is. I don't see it in this bag. Let's see. You look in the B parts bag. Nope. Oh, there it is. I think I have some. I think they mean this stuff. I've used that stuff usually inside the chassis, not on the bottom. Usually hold down a servo wire or something. I've used it for that purpose. All right. So then you can give you a size here. You have to eyeball it yourself. So what am I covering? I'm covering this hole right here. I'm just going to eyeball this. I think that's the purpose of this tape. I think this is the right tape. It looks like it's the right tape. And I think the only thing I'm trying to do is to cover this hole. So there we go. Mission accomplished, I guess. Glad I have this. I somehow remember I had this. All right, let's put this front bumper on and we can take a quick break. So MA1, MA1. Good, that's what we have left. Let's find this B9. It should be this right here. Should be like that. And 2 screws from the top. One from the bottom. Should be the center hole right there. Alrighty. Alright, so when you're done with that step, it should look like this. Okay. I'm just going to take a quick 2-3 minute break to turn on the air conditioning and come right back, alright? Alrighty, I'm back. I hope you guys can hear me still. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to this right there. Hopefully it will cool down very soon. I think it's going to be these, right? D3. Yep. D3 and D3. So it's going to be these two right here. Yep. I'm going to end this Q&A because nobody has any questions. So we'll just go back to the chat box. All right. I'm still pretty new to streaming. I don't have a stream deck or anything like that. Everything is still manual with a mouse and OBS. Anybody doing anything RC related today? It's Saturday. Or it could be Sunday where you are. And how do you guys like this time of day for streaming? I feel more comfortable streaming this time of day on a Saturday. On Sunday mornings, you know, there's a lot of people that go to church. So I don't want to, you know, break into that time. That's important. What is that? B1 should be this. Now, not that I have hundreds of viewers, but you know, still, I want to be respectful of people's plans. If you got nothing going on, come watch me build. Okay, so we need to, for each arm, we have a ball connector, and we do need a B parts bag first of all. Set that aside. These rings are going to be a pain in the butt. I can tell you, I've done that before. I think it was the SRX, the TTO2 SRX had those. Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. I think also, which car was it? Maybe the MB1? One of the other cars had it also. These kind of universal axles. And this goes into this hole right here. All right, and then on this side we need to put a MB1 screw. It's pretty small. No, it's M2 screw. Yeah, 2.6, so it's a skinny screw. Should be this one. I'm gonna guess. Sure looks like it. This is gonna hold in the pin once we push this through. So let's go ahead and work this grub screw first. And this is going to go in there. And it's going to go through the arm and extend 1.5 millimeters out. Okay, like that. All right. And then gonna line that up and take this shaft and push this through. And this side, there's going to be a screw to hold it in place. And this is a cross head. It's not quite Phillips head. It's JIS, so it's going to be, you can use a Phillips screwdriver. You don't have to go out and grab a JIS bits just for this. It'll work just fine. Alrighty. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. Let's put that on first. Can someone in chat do me a favor? Just say hi in the chat. Just so I know it's still working. So that I know the audio is working. I know the chat's working. Because nobody has said anything for a little while. Just want to make sure. If it's me and nobody wants to talk, that's fine. I just want to make sure it's working. Anybody, I'd appreciate it. Don't have to answer any questions. Just say hi or even just put a period. Doesn't matter. I just want to make sure it's working. Starting to concern me that nobody has said anything. Usually we get a little bit of interaction going, whatever questions there may be. And I enjoy the company. And that's part of the reason why I stream. I feel like, I'm hanging out with friends and I'm building kits rather than kind of doing this, by myself, solitary, kind of sharing the experience and also, have a good time, have a chat while we're doing it. This is very concerning. So I'm just going to type in something myself and see if it works. Uh-oh. I'm not seeing my own chat. What is going on? Huh. I said hi in the chat and I don't even see it. Huh. Oh, well. I hope that's not the case. I hope you guys can hear me. But anyway, if the chat's broken, it's broken. Nothing I can do about it. I will continue on. It's kind of strange. It's never happened before. There we go. Just like that. Make sure there's free movement. And let's go ahead and mount it onto the chassis. When you do it step by step, it's really not difficult. These kits aren't difficult at all. Alright, so just take our time, MA3. It's actually great because I know I'm going to finish the kit tomorrow and stream again tomorrow, so I'm not in a huge rush like I normally am. On other kits, you know, I'm like, God, 4 hours in and I'm already like just dying and I have to keep pushing. I think the longest stream so far has been 4.5 hours. That's it. I don't know how some people stream for 8 hours. That's crazy to me. I don't think I can do that. There we go. If you are joining me today and for some reason I am not ignoring the chat, I just don't see anybody typing anything in. So if you are chatting, did I? Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay. So if I do miss something and I've been ignoring you this whole time, sorry. I think the chat is broken. But go ahead and there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the difficult part. Set that aside. Let's build these universals. So we're going to break down step by step. Move slowly. So we need these two. We need these cuffs. All right, so I'm going to put on my glasses for this. All right, I realize I'm supposed to put grease everywhere. This is the axle side, so it's like this. This cuff, I think it's symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. We do need to put this in there, MB25. It's going to be this right here. So that's going to go in there. And there's a hole here. I don't know if you can see that. See that hole? It's going to line up with that right there. Like that. So you should be able to see the hole through. All right. And then there's going to be a pin that goes through that hole. And I just want to make sure that's the correct size pin. I have done this wrong before, so let's do this. Double check. That is... I don't remember which kit it was, but once upon a time, I did build a kit, and it was the diff. I used the wrong pin, and it took me, I don't know how long, like 15 minutes to figure out I was using the wrong pin. Drove me crazy. I don't know if you've done that before. Quite frustrating. But I learned a valuable lesson. There are pins of different sizes. So it goes together like this when you're done. Just want to show you. So it locks together like this. So the pin went in there. And then now we're going to put on that ring and put it into that hole, one of those holes. And you have to watch the direction. I think I can put the other side first, but I think I'm going to put the ring on so it doesn't fall out. Hope that's okay. All right, so these rings have a certain direction. So, I don't know if you can see that. It does have a direction. And there's the hook that goes inside. There's a hook right there that goes inside the hole. And this one, the hook is going to be on top right there. So, and I'm going to try to put it into that hole right there. I don't think you're in any danger of losing the ring or anything. I think the only danger is just breaking a fingernail. Because you do have to kind of pry this on. So I'm holding the pin in the hole, and then now I'm going to try to flex this on. Stretch this thing that doesn't want to stretch. And kind of bring it down. Okay, looks like I did it. So when you're done, it should look like this. Very cool. Oh, chat. Oh, you know what? I was using the wrong keyboard. Chat is working. Just nobody's talking. It's just fine. I'll just keep building and just be quiet. Nobody wants to chat. It's okay. I have two computers in front of me, and I was using the wrong keyboard to type. That's why even my own message didn't appear, but that's my fault. So I actually thought chat was broken. Okay, let's make sure that hole is there. And just for symmetry's sake, we'll try to put the pin this way. This is not going in. Why is this not going in? All the way. Okay. Well, let me try to set it up straight. Oh, this is like above average difficulty here. Alright, so this doesn't want to go all the way in. Okay, there we go. So the two ends of this have to meet, so they have to kind of do that in order for the dog bone to go all the way in. But now I have it, and I think I have the pin lined up. Okay, there we go. God, I have to do that again. And yeah, I forgot to put some grease in there, but I don't want to pull it back out. All right. Okay, so the ring is going to go here, and this time the ring direction is going to be also on top. So we'll just try to do things the same. I'm going to put the pin in the hole. Put the magnifying glasses on. Better enjoy this hobby while I still can. I don't know how many more years before my eyesight gets so bad that I can't do this even with glasses or magnifying glass. There we go. Because I could barely see that hole just now. But it should be like that when you're done. All right. It says make two, so let's go ahead and do another one. Going to put this in here. Line up the hole. Then we're going to put it through the cuff. And then drop the pin in there. Sometimes if it's not lined up properly, just pull it back out and start over. You don't have to force it. Plus, I forgot the grease anyway, so there we go. All right, there we go. Sometimes you just wiggle it and it'll go in. It's pretty difficult, but you can do it. Really, if I can do it, anybody can do this. You know, I'm not extraordinarily gifted mechanically. I don't know how to fix my car and stuff like that. So all you really need is just a little bit of patience, and the right tools help. The right tools help a lot. So there you go. That's one side. And I don't know if you noticed, but it's going a lot faster the second time. So again, line that up like that. And I'm going to line up the hole like that. And I have to make sure these two are in sync. Okay. Again, just some wiggling and turning, and it'll go in. All right. So I like to get the pin into the ring first, or the hook. Then pull the ring over the cuff. This ring is basically just to hold the pins in place. Okay, I got that side. All right. Difficult, but not impossible. So there you go. We've built two of these. And we need to put this on the Y3, this little U-shaped. This I remember from the SRX, definitely from the SRX. It's called something like a cardan shaft, something like that. I remember it being in the propeller joint of the TT02 SRX, and I think that was the first time it was used in a TT02 for sure. I don't know if it's completely new to Tamiya kits at all, but it was interesting. It does make the it did make the propeller joint really smooth. So I did see the value in that. Alright, so we got two going. Now let's go ahead and work on the upright. So this is C4. This is also C4, so we just need to grab that. I'm going to guess it is this one. Yep. Let me grab a sip of water. All right, let's read this carefully. So we have a bearing and then the C2 ring, the upright, another bearing, MB8, which is this shim right here. It's a very small shim and I don't see it here right now. I don't think it's in here. Am I missing another bag? Yes, I am. That would have ended the stream if I couldn't find that. A lot of bearings in here. Okay, so shim, bearing, they're different, 8 and 9. So 9 on the inside. This is going to be difficult. 8 on the outside. This one's thicker, but I think the diameters are the same. The inner diameter is the same. So this is 9. The thinner one goes in first, right? Yeah. And then C2, I'm going to guess is this right here. Like that. And then the upright. Let me just drop a dab of bearing oil. Gonna put that ring on there. All right. And then push the upright through. Like that. And then the thicker bearing, which is MB8. Like this. Through there. And then that shim, put a little bit, whoa, very well. And that shim on. And I don't know why it's not showing to do this next thing. Oh, because they're going to do it right here. They're going to put the pin right in. I was going to put a snap pin in there to hold it in place, but they are saying just put the hub on. So let's do that. So these are the clamp type. These are very expensive. If you got these as a hop up, they're like 20 something dollars for 4 of them. Pretty ridiculous. Tamiya hop ups are expensive. I'm glad Yeah Racing exists because they have a lot of good aftermarket hop-ups for like the TT02. All right. Does it matter which side the screw is on? I don't think it really matters. All right. So it should look like that when you're done. All right, I believe this is the right side. Let's go ahead and put this MA5 on top before we forget. There we go. So the right side is done, I believe. I think I got all the parts. And then let's do this end. I already got that in there. So let's go ahead and grab. This is the B9 and this is the 8. And there's the shim. All right, so let's go. Let's grab the other C2. All right, so let's go bearing, which is the thinner bearing, MB9, and then this C2 spacer, then the upright right here. Like that. Push that all the way through. And then the thicker bearing. I need to put some bearing oil on there. I think it fell out from this direction. Yep, it fell out from this direction. Okay, and then the bearing again. And then the shim. And then we're going to put the hub on. All right, and grab this pin. Okay, so I always forget. Keep forgetting the ball connector. So is that right? Yeah. They are symmetrical. I think the only difference is where you put the ball connector. That determines left and right. Okay. Just like that. So this is right, this is left. Set that aside. And let's go ahead and mount the C-hubs. This is the right side, so let's go ahead and do that. Right, okay, so this C1 should be that. Okay, and looking at this side, again, I read the manual yesterday, so I knew these things were coming. So we need to make a hole right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's plugged up. It's not through. And we do need to punch that through because there's a set screw, a grub screw that holds the this pin in place, the lower pin in place later on. So we do need to punch that through. It's 2.5 millimeters, and I did pull out my little hand drill. Okay, punch through. It doesn't need to punch all the way through, it just needs to go into, oh, there we go. It just needs to get into that slot where the pin's going to go. If I have to use a drill, I will use a drill, but I was hoping to use this hand drill. But since it's not working, which is unfortunate, let me see. Let me try a smaller bit first before I pull out the other drill. Because that's what this hand drill is for. This exact purpose. I think it's through. I was mistaken. I was trying to punch it through this hole. All I needed to reach was this hole right here. So I hope I didn't do that too far. That's a mental mistake right there. So yeah, it was pretty easy. Whew. Made a mistake there. Trying to punch it through too far. So I hope you don't make that mistake. I made the mistake for you. So it looks like this, and let's go ahead and put that ball stud up here, ball connector up here. I make mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, like that. So it looks like it's just going to slip in through here like this. And then the two kingpins, top and bottom screws. So MB19, that right there is pipe. I'm guessing that's going to be blue, maybe? No, it's not blue. This right here. All right, goes in there perfectly. And MA1. These kits are not as difficult. Oh, you're back. Motor gear belt. Motor gear belt. You know, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Motor gear belt. Are we talking about the TTO2? I've seen the TTO2 where instead of a spur gear to pinion, I have seen a belt hop up. I think I have it. I haven't installed it. I haven't tried it yet. I thought it was interesting, but I haven't tried it yet. Is that what you're talking about? I'm glad you typed something in the chat. Thought the chat was broken. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. I haven't tried it yet. I do have it. I haven't tried it yet. If you have, tell me about it. Do you like it? Does it work well? You know, I tried different things, novelty things. I'm not sure exactly how it would benefit the TTO2, but yeah, I'll give it a try. When I get to it. I did mention in the last shorts that I am going to do a long form video of some TTO2 hop-ups and kind of install them. I may do it in a live stream. I may do it in a long form video. I haven't decided yet. Oh. So I'm guessing it changes the gear ratio, or whatever the two gears are. So that's interesting. Yeah, I really... I'll try to find it and give it a try. And we're going to put the scrub screw on. After we put that into the chassis. After, not before. All right, let's do the other side. This hole's already punched. So we're going to grab this. Go like that. $11,000. No, I haven't. I don't know if you watch my channel very much, but I am not very adventurous in terms of top speed. I'm more of a... If I am going to improve a car's performance, it's going to be more on the handling side. I think the highest turn brushless motor I put into a touring car is 13.5, and I couldn't control that car on the track, so I think my usual is going to be 17.5, but lately I've been enjoying 21.5. I don't know what that translates to in terms of kV. What am I doing? This way. But yeah, I'm not the, you know, max speed kind of guy. Do you know how fast you've gone in your car? 25%. Crashed the car. Well, the TTO2 isn't known for its invincibility. It's easy to fix, but I don't think it was meant to go that fast. So if you crashed, I'm not that surprised you damaged it. I've damaged TTO2s doing much less. Don't know. Oh, you didn't have a speedometer. I imagine 1113 would, 11,000 kV would be kind of crazy. I think the highest kV motor I have is like 4,500 at the most, and you double that. That's crazy. Did anything else break? Did like the gears explode or anything like that? Is the differentials still in place? I'm curious how it held up. Other parts that didn't crash. All right, we're done. Let's go ahead and build these steering links. All right, so we need 2 of these. Are these the same? They look the same. So let's cut them all out. Yeah. Did you have a steering hop-up in there, aluminum hop-up, or it's still the kit plastic one? Makes a huge difference. That's one of the, I wouldn't say the first hop-up, but it's one of the weaknesses of the TTO2. The steering assembly is just not up to par. It's kind of floppy. Okay, so are these don't appear to be turnbuckles, so they're both going to be righty-tighty on each side. And let me grab. Oh yeah, I think the aluminum hop-up is almost like required for TTO2 steering wise. Oh, now I have to find the calipers that I dropped under the desk. I have to grab it. I did not see this note here to file down, like right here and there. I don't know if I have my files. Oh, I do. Let's see how necessary that's going to be when we get there. Plastic, aluminum, blue. It is a lot of work, but it's rewarding. I enjoy it. You know, I always said that RC cars are great STEM projects. I don't know if you know what STEM is. Science, technology, engineering, math. It's kind of like a study, 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 a stu discipline here in the United States. I mean, it really incorporates everything. I can't hold this. All right, let's see if that's right. Let me find the calipers. Where did it go? Oh, way back there. All right. All right, I found the calipers and I took the opportunity to grab the files. Didn't know I was going to need that today, so this gap needs to be 2.5. We're way off, so we got to keep going. I wish I had another one of these. Almost there. Yeah, I'm going to say that's close enough because they're aligned right now. The cups are facing in the same direction, so there's one. Second one. Very rare? No, I don't. I do not. I'm trying to think what would be considered rare. I mean, I have a Kyosho FW06, the Nitro touring car. It was very sought after, and it's been discontinued. I guess that's probably the most rare car I have, if you want to call it that. That's about it. In terms of Tamiya, I have a Fast Attack Vehicle XB, which is the pre-built one. I still have that in the retail box. RC10 CR5 Le Mans. Oh, nice. C5R. Okay. I'll have to Google that in a sec. See what that is. Yeah, that does sound very rare. This is ridiculously difficult. I would say this is unnecessarily difficult. 2.6. All right, we're good. Yeah, is that team associated? Let me see. RC10. RC10 CR5 Le Mans. Is that Kyosho or? Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Charisma. Oh, it's a. Oh, very cool. That sounds very cool. I didn't know you can, like, oh, if it's just the body, okay, I get it. But, like, I know chassis can be swapped. All right, let's bring in the chassis, speaking of. Let's put this in here. So this is the right side. Gonna put that through there. And there, and put the pin in. Let's put this in, and then drop that in there. This is where the filing might need to be done. So that is a very tight fit. So let's see if we can file it down a little bit. Oh, that's great. So it looks like we need to do a little bit of filing here. I was not expecting to do any filing today, but I'm glad I have the tools. I'll have to do a lot more filing. I have a question for you, Tamiya. Why didn't you just make this without filing? Make filing not necessary. That's cool. I'm always interested to learn about what the RC community is like in other countries. I know I'm sure it's pretty big in Europe. I know it's big in Southeast Asia. So I'm glad there's RC everywhere. I mean, especially Tamiya. I know it's huge in Southeast Asia. All right, so we need to push this pin through. And this pin has a flat spot, and we're going to line it up with that set screw hole that we punched earlier. So building kits on camera just gives it that extra difficulty. Mainly because I have to hold things for the camera to see. Because otherwise, I wouldn't put things in front of me. I put it like I'm reaching out here to do this so it stays on the camera. But normally I would just have this pinned against my chest and do it. Right? It makes sense. All right. I'll do that later. Let's put this pin in. grub screw. So that just makes sure the pin doesn't fall out. And let's insert that back on. And then we're going to put the, technically the upper arm here on. There we go. Got pretty good flexibility. All right, let's see. RC10, C5R, Le Mans 2000. Is it yellow? Is it Corvette? Is it this? Okay, so let's do a little bit of filing. It's here, right? I don't know how to do that, to be honest with you. I don't know how to add things on chat and stuff. All right, so I got that. Again, the flat part faces down, and we're going to thread this through. I'm going to have to like stand up or something to see how this lines up. I have no idea if it's lined up or not. I think this way is the best way so far that I found. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Push it all the way in. Not quite. There you go. All right. And then use this screw. 0.5. Very cool, like that. Feel like we're making good progress. So difficult. Why is this so hard to put in? Oh, there we go. Wow. Okay, where did that link go? I put together. Here it is. All right. Wow, look how neat that, look how pretty that is. That is really nice. So just make sure you have full range of motion. Very, very cool. So let me just double check. Snap that on, pins. Yep, I think I got everything here. So this is the top side. This is the top side. Let's put these stiffeners. Let's see. K5. K5 is this one. All right, let me just tidy up a little bit. I got too many things here. Okay, so this goes here, right? So this spot to this spot. That's what it looks like. Okay, very nice. MA1. I think it's just the same screw we've been using for everything. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I have a lot more time tomorrow. So the two streams may not be equal in length. But we'll see what happens. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to start at 1 and I can go maximum 5 hours if needed. I think I did that once, right? Was it the Hornet Evo? I did a 5-hour stream and I just finished it. Was that the Evo? I don't remember. The MST kit I did two 3.5-hour streams back to back, which is probably what we're going to do for this kit. All right, there we go. Very, very nice. We got the stiffeners on there. Okay, more links. So we're going to build the steering assembly now. So let's put those together. That looks very difficult. Do I need to trim them? No, I don't. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and grab this. Should be this right here. And I'm going to get the color-coded collars for the drivers, because it's hard for me to just look at it and tell what size it is. I really like this set though, other than being hard to identify. I really do like these drivers. These are the ones I used to use. I've had these forever. I mean, they're color-coded, and I know exactly which one to grab. How long is this thing? All right. They're kidding. 0.5 millimeter. How am I supposed to measure that? Oh, thank you. I'll check that out after the stream. How are you supposed to measure 0.5? Why don't they just tell me the length of the entire link? Silly. All right, so the cup faces away, and then this cup faces up like that. So that's the left one. I used to hate building turnbuckles and links until I got this wrench. Then it just became so much easier. Alrighty. Just notice this. Clearance of hop-up option stabilizer. Oh, yeah. The right one is down. One more turn. I think that would be good. Okay, so I think we're ready. Put this on K7. It should be this right there. It is very useful. I got it off of a, it was included in a kit, a 3 racing touring car kit that I built a while back. I keep stripping them. I don't know if you can see that. Sir, but I'll be here. Hey, thank you. What is 5M? I don't know what 5M server is. But I appreciate you hanging out. Okay, like that. And then this sits down. And then the bell cranks go on. Oh, it's one. Okay, so we need to build this first. Put the 2 bell cranks on. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. I don't know if it's the fan running, drying up my mouth, or it's just warm in here. Oh, GTA 5. I haven't played GTA. I have no idea how many years. I know it's very popular. And I know a lot of people are excited about GTA 6. I don't get to play many video games lately anymore. MB10 is this small one, so probably is this one. And then goes like this, I think. Yeah. Yep. I think that's it. Made one screw. So let's do that. Come up from here, and then it's going to go like that. There's so many little steps here. Easy to miss one. Like it's easy to miss putting this ball connector on. I mean, eventually you'll figure it out because you wouldn't be able to snap a link on. Let's go ahead and do that. That's also MA1. Oh, I'm glad. Fewer screw types, easier it is to build. Hey, Johnny. My eyes are bad. John Rammy. How you doing today? Thanks for checking in. I hope you are doing well. What are you up to today? Doing anything RC related? Anybody going out bashing today or racing? Okay, good range of motion on both sides. Very little slop. Okay, so that's done. So let's go ahead and kind of forgot which one is which. That one is right. This one is left. So this side is left. All right, so there we go. Just like that, and then we're going to set it into the chassis, which I misplaced. Just going to go onto those with 4 bearings. 2 from below and 2 from above. Okay, wow, this is really, really nice. It's very, very smooth. I don't remember the last time the steering action has been so nice. Even some of Tamiya's more expensive kits, like the TA08 and the TRF 104, I don't think their steering was this nice. I mean, this is like butter. I really like this design. Oh, I had a Facebook follower, because the short that I put out yesterday about don't buy the TTO2R unless you're building a race car, and how it kind of came up to around $300. He posed a alternative, which is it's this one, XVO2 RS. And I didn't know that that was a XVO2 version for a touring car. I didn't know that. But 3 years ago, when I built the XVO2 when it first came out, I put up an Instagram post with a picture of the XVO2, with shorter dampers, and I took out the damper stays, and I said sneak peek of the Tamiya TTO3. When I looked at the XVO2 chassis when I was building, I was like, this would be a really nice touring car chassis, and I was right. Last year they came up with the RS, which I wasn't aware. I wasn't that paying attention that much. But yeah, it's good to know that I was right. And Tamiya saw it the same way, and this is 3 years ago. Alright, now we need to grab, I got distracted there a little bit. Let's grab A10s. I get distracted a lot, which is why I like building kits, because it helps me concentrate. I can't think of anything else I can sit down and do for 3.5 hours. Definitely not work or school work or anything like that. But RC car, no problem. I can sit here and build the whole thing in one sitting if I want. Yeah, which is interesting. It just depends on what I'm doing. I can't concentrate. But RC building is definitely one of those things I can concentrate on. And I appreciate everybody who is watching. And if you can do me a favor, you haven't done so already, hit that like button so that YouTube will push this out to more people. I'm always trying to grow my channel, grow my stream. But, you know, it would help greatly if YouTube would help me out. And so clicking that like button helps a lot. So thank you for doing that. And I might have put the wrong screw on the other side. Let's see. Oh, I did not. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. And we're going to set this on. And it lies here, here, there, and there. Like that. And then 4 MA1 screws. MA1 screws rules this whole kit. It's for everything. I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday afternoon. Saturday morning, still, for me. Is anybody intending to buy this kit and build it, or have already built it? I would love to hear your feedback. Tell me what you think about this kit. It hasn't been terribly difficult to build or time-consuming to build. I think skill-wise, it's definitely higher up. I think the TRF-104 was pretty much like a, near expert level kit, because all the gluing you have to do for the carbon fiber parts. I hated that. That not only takes skill, it takes patience. And I just, spend so much time just gluing stuff. And the only reason you're gluing them is so the carbon fiber doesn't bust open. So I don't know why Tamiya couldn't just do that in advance. So going to put in the motor, pinion gear, the pinion gear and then the motor, and then the cover. So I mentioned in the short that I am using a Surpass hobby. This is a censored brushless motor, 17.5 turns. If I have time this afternoon, I will do some soldering. Oh, this way. If I don't, then we'll have to see. Will this even fit? Oh, okay. I can do that. This motor doesn't even fit. Tamiya, what are you doing? I can't even use a brushless motor. I can't even use this motor. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I think it went through. Yeah. My God, but it's like, it's flush. How am I going to solder this on? I have doubts. I have my doubts if that's going to clear. I don't know if you can see that. But I don't know how the solder points are going to fit in there. There's hardly any clearance. Can I turn it? Oh, there we go. No. I don't know. I probably won't be able to use this motor. That's a shame. Let me try something real quick. Speaking of the TRF, I have it right here. No, these are solder on, but it's solder on the other direction. Definitely this won't fit in there. I was going to see if the solder points, the solder joints will fit in there, but I don't think it will. I don't know. Yeah, I may not be able to use this. Yeah, okay, well, live and learn, but we'll just carry on. I'll try to figure it out this afternoon. If I can't do it, and I will switch to a brush system for now to finish the kit. All right. Another grub screw. All right. UPS caps now. No worries. We're having a dilemma with the motor not being able to fit in the compartment there. No biggie. I am not able to finish this kit today anyway, so I have some time to figure it out, how to handle it. And this is 17 millimeters. I always forget how to do this. 17 millimeters, 14. Still on 15, wow. It's really, really out there. It's like barely hanging on to the... Yes. That's kind of weird looking, isn't it? All right, we'll just see how it looks when we put this in. We may end up coming to the conclusion this motor I can't use at all. We shall find out. Okay, so I'm going to be using those because that is there. So let's see. Does this even line up? Okay. All right. So the gear mesh can be improved, and the motor, I don't think the screws will line up at all. Yeah, the screw holes won't line up. You can't see that, but it's in there. The screw holes are not lining up. So I won't be able to use this. Let me see what else I have. I really want to do brushless for this if I can. I really don't like using these kind of motors. These uncensored motors. But I don't think this will fit either. I'm just going to have to use a brush motor. I don't have an extra torque tune or sport tune motor at the moment, so I will just use this. I think it'll work. Okay, gear mesh wise, I need to go back down a little bit. I don't know, that looks pretty good. I'm on the struggle bus a little bit here. But I do want to build it right. Okay, gear mesh is pretty good. And just need to line up the holes. So it needs to go in this way. This motor has seen a lot of different installations. I use this motor for a lot of things. It's kind of like the stand-in motor for several builds, and it's going to be these big cap screws that I know I saw. They're here. These motor screws. Is this, I guess this is a 3 or 2.5. Yeah, it's 2.5. Let's see where the hole is. This way. Wow, I can't see. I have to put on the goggles with the LED light. Okay, I think I see. Okay, I see it now. All right, think I got that one. This one there. And now let's look at the gear mesh. Actually, it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. All right. Very cool. Okay, I have a decision to make. Do I want to jump into making the dampers, or do I want to save it for tomorrow? Let's take a look. So dampers aren't crazy difficult to build. Let's just go for it, see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and build the dampers. But before we do that, I'm just going to take a quick break. Just a quick bathroom break. Be right back. I'm back. Let's put this together real quick. I know damper is not going to take a long time, so I'm not going to worry too much. Are these going to be big body? So these look like they are, oh, they look like they'll fit. That piece never wants to stay on. That piece always falls off. Okay. There we go. I never use this. Let's see. So we're at the C parts bag now. A lot of cool stuff here. So am I making 4? Yeah, it looks like I'm making 4 right off the bat. Okay, there's the oil. And it looks like this is pretty much pre-assembled here. But let me double check. cap is here. Oh, I have to take it apart. So I have to take the cap off. I think this is fine to keep on. And I do need to find the, oh, no, that's it. I do need to, after I built the piston, those should be the pistons right there. I mean the shafts. Alrighty. This is starting to get sketchy. Three. I don't see the E-rings. Oh, here they are. No. Where are the E-rings? Ah, there they are. Right there. There's a lot of stuff in this bag, and I don't want to lose any of it. I'll just put it here. Okay. Let me grab a few E-clips. So one E-clip will go on the bottom ring. And you just take your needle nose pliers. I hold it like this, and then I just kind of snap it into place. Like that. So when I hold it like that, it won't fly around. It won't fly off, because once you fly off, once it flies off, I don't think they give you extras. Here are the pistons, and they're 3 holes, right? 3-hole pistons. Yep. If you lose one, if I lose one right now, the stream is over. I'm sure I can find some more, but I don't really want you guys to watch me looking for E-rings in my piles of stuff. All right. So I'm going to try really hard not to lose it. And to do that, again, I kind of hold it down and do that. It's not hard. So it won't fly, it won't go flying. And then the next step is to thread this through. Oh, I opened one already. Oh, there we go. Thread this through. And then put this MC18 ring. Is that a ring or a bearing? I think it's this. Right here. Oh, that's MC17. That's 17. What is 18? X ring. I'm guessing it's this blue one. There we go. All right. Okay. This X ring, oh, I gotta take the cap off from the bottom. All right, and then this goes on. And this is rubber, so we're going to put a little bit of the damper oil, a little bit being the key word. All right. And then we're going to put this in there to hold it in. Like that. And then we're going to put the bottom cap back on. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to put this rod end, should be this right here, B5. It's the only thing around, so I think it's going to be this. All right. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's one like this. And I do believe we do have to take this off because we need to put that O-ring on. So I do need to twist this off. Am I right? Yep. And those O-rings are going to be these right here. And it goes in the inside groove. Okay, and now they're going to go back on. All right, so there's one. All right, now let me do that again just from scratch so that I have it for the video. All right, so first we're going to take this and we're going to take all the parts off. I'm going to disassemble this. Okay. Then we're going to do the piston like this. And take that and put a key-ring on the bottom. I just dropped it right here and I can't find it. It's literally right here. Like I said, they don't give you any extra. So I have to, oh, there it is. So next step is to put this on like that. This. And then the piston goes on. Like that. And then another E-ring. On top. Like that. Very cool. Okay. Now we're going to thread this through the damper body like this. Okay. And then we're going to take, this is the X-ring, and push that through here. And put a dab of oil. And then the next piece is going to be this right here. And you can see there's a profile there. So that, push that all the way in like that. Now we're going to close it with this. And then we're going to put this on. Alright. Okay, like that. And then for this ring, for the adjuster, we're going to take a rubber seal and push that inside. See, it's like that. And then thread this back on. Okay, and then we're done with this for now. So we have 1 and 2. So I'm not going to narrate the next two. I'm just going to go through them really quick so we can move on to the next step. Okay. The piston. bad thing about not having nails. I can't pick anything up. But I'd rather not be able to pick anything up than have long nails. It just feels weird. Okay, so this goes in here like that. And then this blue X-ring goes on next. And put a dab of that, and then this right here. Push that all the way in. And twist that back on. And then for this ring, just going to push this O-ring in there. Right. And then we'll screw this back on. And we're going to alrighty. Okay. So we'll have all the parts lined up there. All right. So here it is. Okay, and then take this. Grab an E-clip. Second ring, E-ring. Okay. Now we're ready. So let's go ahead and fully extend all 4 of them. All right, now we're going to fill these up to the top. Okay. Once they're filled, going to work them one at a time. 1, 2, 3. Try to force out all the air bubbles. Under normal circumstances, you should wait about 20 minutes for all the air bubbles to escape. But we don't have that luxury right now. So we're just going to keep moving on. And so going to come back and put the bladders on. And we have the caps standing by right here. And then we just need to find this V5. I have a feeling it's going to be that piece right there. All right, so we're going to put this into the cap like this, and then just screw it on. And there we go. Okay, we're done with that step right there. Now let's go ahead and work on this. So we need V3. V3 looks like it's going to be that piece right there. right, so we're going to slip the spring on and then hold it back. And this side is flat. This side is going to go towards the spring. And I'm going to let it go. And it's okay to be loose right now, because once the weight of the chassis kind of rests on it, it'll compress this. And if you want, you can always make adjustments here for the ride height. But for right now, that's fine. Alright, so let's do this. I hope the camera's not picking up my stomach growling, but it is. But I think we're done very soon. I think the timing is going to work out just fine. Alright, so there we go. We got all 4 done. Easy, relatively, I think. And now for the last step of the day, we're going to mount these. So let's find B11. B11 is going to be one of these damper stays, so it should be this one. Alright, okay. And then we're going to look at it from this side, and we're going to put ball connectors on the inside holes. Then we're going to put this onto the chassis with 2 MA3 screws. It's going to be right here, like that. And MA3s are going to be flathead screws. So it should be these 2 right here. All right, now we're going to snap on the damper, so here and there. So let's do the top and then the bottom. All right, super cool. The front end is done. Wish I can show you a little bit better. The front end is completely done. Steering's on, motor's on. A little bit unfortunate about the brushless motor, but we'll figure something out. All right, so again, we're going to skip 21 to, oh, we're going to continue with step 21 to 28 tomorrow. This is going to be the 239 millimeter wheelbase, so that's where we're going to pick it up. Pretty much exactly where I thought we were going to reach for this stream. So thank you, everybody. Oi, John, joined the stream. Everybody who joined the stream and typed in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button so more people can see this. Tomorrow we're going to start at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and then we'll just go until I'm done with the kit. All right. So again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.